This is the new ad, and I appreciate you guys debuting it tonight on the Readout. And here is a part of you guys' new closing argument ad.
Imagine a young girl looking in the mirror, searching for role models in the world to give her hope that one day she too can make a difference. Now imagine how she feels when she watches women being verbally attacked.
What a stupid question that is. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Maligned.
This monster that was on stage with Mike Pence, who destroyed her.
Belittled.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
Insulted.
And I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face.
Your daughters are absorbing that message right in front of your eyes. Now imagine a different future for her. A future with a president who doesn't just value a female voice, but chooses one to be his right-hand woman. A strong woman with compassion, unafraid to take on a bully.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Sarah, it's a really good ad. It's very moving. It goes on. There's about 30 seconds of it, but we have short time, so we couldn't play it all. But I recall at the close of the 2016 ad, Hillary Clinton's closing argument ad was very similar to that. It was, our children are watching, and she played a lot of little girls listening to Donald Trump insult women, including a part of the now infamous October 16 tape, the grab them by the tape. And that was their closing argument ad. Is this intentional, that this is sort of mirroring that? And if so, how do you think that that argument will ring differently 4 years later? It didn't in the end help Hillary Clinton.
So, Joy, thanks for having me, first of all. And I just want to say we know that women are very important in this election, and we want voters to look at the final days through the eyes and the lens of girls and women. And little girls are watching this election, too. I'll just say, as you see in the ad, the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and you saw Secretary Rice, who was my first boss and still my political mentor. I mean, these are very important women. And Joy, in our lifetime, the only president who has treated women with such disdain and disrespect is Donald Trump. And it's not okay. We want voters to know it's not okay to talk to women like this. It's not okay to say that they don't think, to belittle them, to comment on their appearance. I'm a former Republican. I voted for Bush, but I'm voting for Biden this cycle. And for many of us in the Lincoln Project, this election is about character. When my sons, and again, they don't have a dad, but I want them to look at a leader as a president who embodies integrity, honesty, empathy, sincerity, diligence, morality. Donald Trump is none of those things. And we want to highlight that. We want to show Americans, remind Americans of who Donald Trump is, the example he's setting for our children, and juxtapose that with what a Biden-Harris administration would look like. And we don't know that we didn't intentionally do this to mirror what Hillary did in 2016, but we feel that this question of character and morality is important and will move voters.
And Kurt, thank you for being here. Among the women who are criticizing Donald Trump is the daughter of Rudy Giuliani, his bestest friend, to the extent that he has actual friends, has spoken out and said, I may not be able to change my father's mind, but together we can vote out this toxic administration. It's taken persistence and nerve to find my voice in politics. I'm using it now to ask you to stand with me in the fight to end Donald Trump's reign of terror. By the way, her brother, I believe, also works in the Trump administration. But it's not just women. Behind the scenes, some of the people you know very well, Ben Sass, that I'm sure both of you know, has come out. He did a private call with constituents. Publicly, he's a Trumper. Behind the scenes, he excoriated Trump, saying he had mishandled the coronavirus response, kisses dictators' butts, sells out our allies, spends like a drunken sailor, mistreats women, and trash talks evangelicals behind their backs. But publicly, he's still a coward. None of them will say that publicly. Girls will say it, right? Have we reached the point now where the men of the Republican Party need to just have the courage of Rudy Giuliani's daughter?
Yes.
I'll tell you, Joy, it is really something when you look at it right now that women are leading the way here, that women are leading the conversation, and also that people of color are also leading the conversation. And it's the white men that we're trying to get to see the light. And I think that when you talk about that Lincoln Project ad we just showed, I don't think anything is more persuasive to a father than seeing the world through his daughter's eyes, and the world that daughter's going to have to live in and move forward in throughout life. And I think that's why it's such a compelling spot, because it's not just we want women to respond to this, it's that we want men, we want these father figures to see what the world really looks like when someone that powerful talks down to you, when someone that powerful says you can't do something, you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, judges you based on ridiculous things. That's what we're trying to highlight here. And again, it tells you everything you need to know that women and people of color were there a long time ago, Joy, as you know, and as we've talked about many times. They got there a long time ago, and now we're just trying to get everyone else to catch up.